Welcome to the 10 Minutes Gold Mine, where every book gives you a treasure of knowledge in just 10 minutes. Why do some people maintain healthy relationships while others feel constantly drained? Have you ever felt exhausted, overwhelmed, or taken advantage of in your relationships? Perhaps you find yourself always saying yes when you truly want to say no, or feel guilty when attempting to establish limits. Many people believe that being kind, generous, and always available is the key to maintaining strong relationships. However, in reality, constantly putting others first while neglecting your own needs often leads to frustration, burnout, and resentment. Boundaries by Henry Cloud and John Townsend reveals a surprising truth. The key to a balanced and fulfilling life is knowing where you end and others begin. If setting boundaries is so crucial, why do so many people struggle with it? Is it fear, guilt, or something deeper? This book explains how to take control of your life by learning when to say yes, when to say no, and how to enforce these choices confidently and assertively. What are boundaries, and why do they matter? Imagine a house with a fence around it. The fence has a gate that allows good things in and keeps harmful things out. Now think of your personal life as that house. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define what is your responsibility and what belongs to others. Without clear boundaries, people invade your space emotionally, physically, and mentally. You may find yourself doing things out of obligation rather than choice. With strong boundaries, however, you gain control over your life, protect your time and energy, and foster healthier relationships. Many people falsely believe that setting boundaries is selfish, but in reality, boundaries are essential for building healthy, sustainable relationships. When you respect your own limits, you teach others to respect them too. The roots of poor boundaries. Many people struggle with boundaries because of their upbringing. Maybe you were raised in a home where saying no was met with anger, disappointment, or punishment. Perhaps you were taught that putting others first, even at your own expense, is the right thing to do. Cloud and Townsend identify several reasons why people fail to establish boundaries. Fear of rejection. We worry that if we say no, people will abandon or dislike us. Guilt. We feel selfish for putting our needs first. People-pleasing. We base our worth on making others happy. Lack of knowledge. We were never taught how to set healthy boundaries. The result? We overcommit, feel exhausted, and become resentful. But there's a way out. The 10 Laws of Boundaries. Cloud and Townsend introduced 10 key principles that help define and protect personal boundaries. Let's break them down. 1. The law of sowing and reaping, cause and effect. People should experience the natural consequences of their actions. If you keep rescuing someone from their mistakes, they never learn responsibility. Example: if a friend constantly borrows money and never repays it, stop lending to them. Let them face the consequences of their financial choices. 2. The law of responsibility. You are responsible for yourself, but not for others' happiness or choices. Example: if your coworker is always late and you cover for them, you're taking responsibility for their actions. Stop making excuses for them. 3. The law of power. You have the power to change yourself, but not others. You can't force someone to respect your boundaries, but you can enforce consequences when they don't. Example: if someone disrespects you repeatedly, you can choose to distance yourself rather than trying to change them. 4. The law of respect. To have your boundaries respected, you must respect others' boundaries as well. Example: if you don't want your parents interfering in your personal life, don't interfere in theirs. 5. The law of motivation. True giving comes from love, not guilt or fear. If you give because you feel obligated, resentment will build. Example: if you always babysit for a friend but secretly resent it, stop. Help only when you genuinely want to. 6. The law of evaluation. Setting boundaries may hurt others temporarily, but it ultimately helps them grow. Example: if a friend is overly dependent on you, saying no may hurt their feelings, but it helps them become more self-sufficient. 7. The law of proactivity. You must actively set boundaries instead of waiting for problems to arise. Example: If your boss calls you outside work hours, establish up front that you won't be available after a certain time. 8. The law of envy. Focusing on what others have, rather than improving your own life, keeps you stuck. Example: instead of envying a friend's career success, set goals for your own growth. 9. The law of activity. Healthy boundaries require action. If you passively accept bad treatment, it will continue. Example: if a friend only contacts you when they need something, have a conversation about how one-sided the relationship feels. 10. The law of exposure. Boundaries must be communicated openly. People can't respect limits they don't know exist. Example: if a coworker interrupts you constantly, speak up and set a limit on when you're available. Overcoming boundary resistance. When you start setting boundaries, don't be surprised if people push back. Some may try to guilt trip you, get angry, or ignore your boundaries altogether. Here's how to handle common challenges. 1. Guilt trips. People may say, "I thought you were a good friend," or "you're being selfish." Recognize that their discomfort doesn't mean you're wrong. Response: "I care about you, but I also need to take care of myself." 2. Anger or manipulation. Some may react aggressively when you start enforcing boundaries. Stay firm. Response: "I understand you're upset, but this is what I need to do for my well-being." 3. Silent treatment. Others may withdraw to make you feel bad. Don't cave in. Response: "I'd love to talk when you're ready to respect my boundaries." Boundaries reveal who truly respects you. The people who love you will adjust and support your growth. Setting boundaries in different areas of life. 1. Boundaries in relationships. A healthy relationship has mutual respect and clear boundaries. Don't tolerate disrespect, emotional manipulation, or codependency. 2. Boundaries at work. If your job demands too much of your time, learn to say no professionally. Example: "I'd love to help, but I have too much on my plate right now." 3. Boundaries with family. Family often resists boundaries the most. Set clear rules, especially if they are overbearing or controlling. Example: "I appreciate your advice, but I need to make my own decisions." 4. Boundaries with friends. If a friend only takes and never gives, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship. Example: "I value our friendship, but I can't always be the one making plans." 5. Boundaries with yourself. The most important boundaries are the ones you set with yourself. Discipline, self-care, and emotional limits protect your energy and mental health. The freedom of saying no. Saying no isn't about being rude, it's about protecting your well-being. Every yes you give to something unimportant is a no to something that truly matters. Cloud and Townsend remind us, boundaries are not about keeping others out, but about defining where we begin and end. So what areas of your life need stronger boundaries? Where can you start saying no today to create a healthier, more fulfilling life? The powerful impact of healthy boundaries. While learning to set boundaries may be uncomfortable at first, the benefits are immense. With boundaries, you create space for the things and people that truly matter to you. You also foster self-respect and independence, which strengthens your relationships, work life, and overall well-being. Over time, setting clear boundaries becomes a habit that helps you navigate life with confidence and clarity. Additionally, learning to respect others' boundaries is crucial. It promotes harmony, trust, and respect in all relationships. It's about establishing mutual understanding that helps everyone grow. By teaching others how to treat you through boundaries, you lead by example, empowering those around you to create their own limits and healthier lives. Boundaries are not walls but bridges. They allow you to build healthier, more meaningful connections with the people around you while maintaining your emotional, mental, and physical health. That's it for today's 10 Minutes Gold Mine. If you find value in this, don't forget to like and subscribe. We upload +5 videos each day. Lastly, if you have any book in mind that you want to listen to, feel free to type the name in the comments. See you in the next one.